Welcome to Our Energy Matters with Anthony Manna and Dena Marie. Hi there, Anthony.
And hello, Dena Marie. We're here again, very happy. This is our 10th episode. And each time, what I want to say is that I go into your book, Our Energy Matters, The Art of Crystal Reading, Learn How to Manifest Your Heartfelt Intentions by Dena Marie. And so, you know, it's my discoveries about crystal reading, about chakras, etc. And so, and then what I do is I write a piece, which I will read right now, and we can move back into our understanding. I mean, your understanding of what you're teaching me about the chakras. Okay, so when I stumbled into Our Energy Matters, The Art of Crystal Reading, and Learn How to Manifest Your Heartfelt Intentions, Dena Marie's soul, body, mind changing manual of matters, manners, prescriptions, and guidance, deeply spiritual, physical, mental. It was soon after she interviewed me about Loukas and the Game of Chance. It has disappeared. My children's book on her upbeat weekly radio program, Lift Your Spirits, 11:50 a.m. KKNW. Yeah, folks, go there, please, because it literally, it's music, it's interviews, it's wanting to dance. It's relationships and learning and being and relax. A lot of it is also about just the temperament of relaxation, you know, and learning from one another. She startled me with her in-depth analysis of Loukas's spiritual condition and his predicament, finding his way to recovery. I needed to find out more about this gracious, sensitive lady's extraordinary wisdom. And there she was in her book, a celestial alchemist, as I soon christened her, shining her psychic search, an enlightened super sixth sense, conjuring soul light, spirit light. That sounds like a poem. Brilliant epiphanies, seeing through the eyes of her heart, as she enters the lives of clients who come to her broken, in need of healing, or simply to rest in the openness of her island retreat. And that's somewhat of the way I felt, because I was going through a very difficult period of, I just felt kind of empty, and I felt like my writing was really downhill all the way, etc. So it was just like a perfect time for me. By chakra revelations and textured ruminations, summoned by the hidden brilliance of colored crystals, she reads your presence, your spirit, your worthiness. You are the color of all you need to be now and now forever. Alleluia, alleluia. For me, I savored, held close to my heart, what I felt to be her encouraging me to break free from the grip of fear. Live in the openness of mind is what I found between the pages of her book. Chakras, what are they? Let me repeat her definition I have relied on in other episodes of these Zoom vids. The word chakra, she reports in Our Energy Matter, means wheel in Sanskrit, an ancient East Indian language. There are 7 of these major energy centers in the human body and hundreds of minor ones, and they receive, assimilate, and distribute energy throughout our energetic fields, our auras, and they connect to and illuminate colors. Well, see, that's what I found out by going to her cheat sheet. You know, we all need to make one of these, make a copy of it with her permission, and put it on our bulletin board. I think it's a good reminder. In previous episodes, Dena Marie, my celestial alchemist, and I began revealing our connections to each of the 7 major chakras corresponding to earth, water, fire, air, sound, light, and thought. What else is there? Illuminated by vibrant crystal colors. Today, we continue opening the way with the throat chakra.
Yay. And you know, I laminate the back of my book and give it to people.
Ah,
You laminate it.
that's great.
And I don't even need the book. They just use it as a game board. So you can laminate it. And I think last week we ended up at self-love. The heart chakra is self-love, giving and receiving equally. And when you move up to the throat chakra, when you feel something is good for you, keep doing it. If you feel something is not good for you, that's when we need to express it. So that's the throat chakra. And usually it comes from your inner voice. Like you could say, you know, I really don't want to do that, yet you do this when you really mean this. And so you want to have that intuition always guide you. So when I told you, my stepdad says, if you don't know what to do, what you don't know what to do, don't do anything. So you listen for your inner voice. You set your intentions and you ask to be treated well, or have jobs that you love, or to be surrounded by kind, gentle, fascinating people. And then when it comes into your aura and that energy feels good, you say yes. Now, if it doesn't feel good, you say no. And I think that's where you and I struggle. My son and I just had a nice conversation that goes with our conversation, how important it is for us to say yes to ourselves when we want to. So we're practicing on that. So the throat chakra is your outer voice, which is what we use with each other, but your inner voice is super like a muscle. You have to practice. So when it tells you to say something and you have the courage to walk through the door and say it, then that muscle gets stronger. That's your intuition, which you head up to the higher chakras is your brow chakra. And it's connected to your throat chakra.
And the color is turquoise.
Yep. So it's turquoise, and we have pink and green, and then we're going to move up to purple. But I think all the chakras kind of spill into one another. So the power chakra is like putting your foot down, loving yourself enough to say what you want to say, self-expression, true self-expression. I know who I am and what I want.
That comes right from your book.
Yeah, we're practicing.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite quotes. I mean, I know who I am and I know what I want. I mean, that's such an affirmation of the soul, the spirit. And it's very important for me because sometimes I don't follow the lead of that, and I get myself into trouble because I find myself doing what I really don't want to do. You know, when as you just said, it's like, no, no, no. And I go, yes, 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 you know, and it's you know, it's a little bit disheartening because I thought I was a little stronger than that, but I'm getting there. You know, I'm getting there because I'm understanding what you tell me about the throat.
You just said it, disheartening. The words you use are talking about your chakras. It's disheartening when you do something you don't want to do, and you're afraid to speak up for yourself, to practice self-love. And you know, we both do that. It's so simple to say no, but we make it into this, we're afraid to say no. But I was raised in a home where there was no communication. And if you did have the guts or the courage to say it, you were punished. So I literally have bitten my tongue. And then you have disease, which I had asthma, sore throats, mono, bronchitis. I had everything you could have in your heart and your throat. And it's because I was raised in a place where I was told to be silent, right? So writing's important. So the prescriptions are writing, talking to a friend that will listen, singing, art, music. Anytime you can express yourself, you keep that throat chakra open. And then also, you know, I told you, sometimes I don't want to talk to someone, so I don't answer the phone and I don't text them back because it doesn't feel good anymore.
Yeah, no, I can understand that because I mean, sometimes we need that privacy. And because we might be there in that privacy, listening to it, you know, and so you know, I struggle with that about productivity, you know, and I've talked about this several times before with you because it's you know, having been a university professor, I was expected to do a lot of production, whether it meant workshops, keynote addresses, um, articles, chapters, books, you know, and so I'm still, after several years of being retired from it all, I'm still driven, feeling inadequate because I'm not keeping up with it. But then, because I have a loving person in my life who keeps reminding me, you've been there, you've done that, come on, you know, give yourself a little slack and realize that you don't have to keep up with that. I mean, spend some time in the garden, you know, and be sure to do your morning walk, you know, and let it balance itself out. There's leverage there waiting for you when you start listening to your throat telling me what I need to do.
Yeah. And self-love, practicing self-love, taking care of yourself. Your health is so important right now. And so every time the universe gives us an opportunity to love ourselves and express that to someone else, you will attract better people also. The more we practice self-love, the more we'll get people that treat us better. That's, you know, kind of like our Energy Matters tip of the week. You know, say yes to yourself, and then you'll attract people that will say yes to you when you have the courage to ask for help.
Yes, that is so important. And I think that that leads the way, you know, to a kind of openness of mind, you know, and it's brilliant because it says, one of the things, what I just interpreted that as, you can take care of yourself. You are allowed to take care of yourself, you know, and why not?
Why not? Why not? Because I told you some things have been happening where I don't know what to do. So I don't do anything. And then I go out and have a little me time. And then that inner voice tells me what to do. I do it and it's perfect. And I'm rewarded not just with kind, gentle, fascinating, loving people, but also financially I've been rewarded, you know? So every time I do something good for myself, and I don't know, it's just upbringing, performance, production. Those are the power chakra and the root chakra. That's very masculine, get the job done, no crying, no being human, just produce, perform. And I think you and I know better than that now. We have to love ourselves. It's so much more important than pleasing other people. I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah, no, and well, I'm going through a cycle of that, as you well know, because I have to bow out of a responsibility because of my health issues, and I'm finding it very difficult, you know. And I'm working on it. I'm meditating on it. I'm going and I'm looking at the chakras and trying to understand what I'm learning about saying not like no, but rather more like, I won't be able to do this because I need to take care of myself. And that's the beginning and end of it, you know. And I don't even have to describe to this person that I need to go to say this. You know, I don't have to start with, I'm a survivor of cancer. I did this, I did that. They made mistakes. You know, I don't want to get into the whole history and story of it. I can just simply say, I have health issues and I need to take care of myself right now. So thank you so much. I mean, I never see, once again, I never imagined it's just a throat, for God's sakes. It's a throat for goddess sakes. It's just a throat for spirit's sake. So come on. But today, once again, you know, it's like reading your book. I mean, there's so much more behind that organ, you know. And
the beauty of it is, if we move up, the higher chakras are when we set our intentions, and then the universe shows us pictures or gives us words, and then we have the courage to speak. And it could be, sometimes for me, it's speaking to somebody I don't know, and spirit will say, Dena, say something. and I'll say something and it'll turn out to that person is someone I know. Not that I know, someone I need, because spirit is telling me what to do. So that connection to your higher self drives you. And also we were talking about when not to speak. Listening is your throat chakra too. Listening. The sound of silence is an amazing place to be with yourself. Quiet in the woods, walking where you can get that higher perspective, that higher clear voice, small still voice, and that's spirit driving. And so that's how the throat chakra is. I think we overuse it. You talked about the news, the media, all this of the throat chakra. It's misuse, of abuse of information. So that silent, quiet time is where we're going to get way more. And you're having a conversation, listen. We're talking about our children. Listen more, talk less. And that's where the power comes, really, from within.
That's beautiful. That is so important. And so I recommend to anyone who's watching and listening to us that, for example, my morning walk, now that's going to have to end because we're coming to October and it's going to get cold, et cetera. But I take care of it in other ways. But that early morning walk is I center, and just seeing the patterns of nature and the rather, I don't want to get overly spiritual about this, but I mean, there's so much given to me, and so I just keep saying thank you, thanks a lot, pigeon, thanks a lot, hummingbird, which of course they're not here right now, they just left. But so I mean, I recommend it highly, and so the throat chakra, well, the next time around we're going to do brow and then eventually crown. I can hardly wait. But, I mean, we're going to have to end here, but I just I want to thank you once again for the illuminations.
Well, you lift my spirits, and this is one of the things during the week that I purely enjoy, no matter what's going on. And so I know it feels good. That's why we keep doing it.
That's right. Exactly. It feels good. And the other thing for me is that I keep learning, and that's a nice thing for an old guy. So
I do have to mention that the last video, there was some weird stuff, light on my face, but Anthony and I always talk about angels. It was a little girl who made me some stained glass window. I just put it up, and sure enough, while we were talking, that angel was all over my face. It was like shining on my face. So it was a sign, but it didn't. No one will know what it was. It was just weird.
Well, I'm glad you're explaining that, because I think that it's it is kind of strange, but you just told us what it is. So there it is.
Angel.
Blessed as you were by the angels. So
yep.
Carry on, and I'll talk real soon. We'll talk soon. Okay. Thank you so much.
Anthony.
Bye-bye, dear. Bye-bye.